Hey friends, it's Sean from mindpossible.com, and this is my second video about the Egely wheel, which you can get at eglywheel.net. And I have information in the details section below about a discount code you can use to get 10% off. In this video, I'll be discussing how to use your hands and certain breathing techniques to get a good effect out of your Egely wheel.
Okay, turn it on. It lights up. Okay, I'm just going to start by putting my hand near it. And not doing anything but just looking at it and relaxing. I'm just going to give it about a minute or so to see what happens. Okay, so even though my hand is near it, it's not moving. So I think a lot of people might say maybe it's the heat that moves it, but in this case, it's just not moving. So now I'm going to start applying a breathing technique, and we'll see what happens then. Now in the book that came with the Egely wheel, it says sometimes one hand will have a stronger response than the other, and that could have to do with which side of the brain is being activated. So I'm just going to switch hands now and see what happens. And then I'm going to continue using the breathing technique. I'm noticing that it'll go one direction when I inhale and go back the other direction as I exhale, which is something that happens when I do telekinesis with paper or tinfoil. The same thing happens. It'll respond to the in-breath in one direction and the out-breath in the opposite direction until it starts flowing again. So let's see if I can make it flow here. And now I'm going to try a breathing technique called the microcosmic orbit from the Qigong tradition. It's basically where I inhale, imagining the energy going up the back of my body, and as I exhale, I imagine it going down the front of the body. And after a while, the imagination goes from just a thought that I'm envisioning to an actual experience where I actually start to feel the energy moving up and down in my body. Even as I'm talking about it, the wheel is starting to respond a little bit. But let's see what happens when I actually do the microcosmic orbit for a few minutes. I like that the computer makes the beeping sound. So even though my eyes are closed, I can tell that I'm having an effect and that the wheel is speeding up. So that's really cool. Now I want to see what happens when I use both hands. Now I'm using the breathing technique with it. So that was cool. Definitely a lot more energy when I use both hands near the machine.